Now with actor, director, and now author Griffin Dunne. His new memoir, The Friday Afternoon Club, is out now. Griffin, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure.
I love this book. This book is so real. It's so funny in places. It's so moving. And it seems like you and your family knew everyone who was anyone in Hollywood for the longest possible time. But you say this is not a celebrity tell-all.
I didn't even know what the title was going to be, but I knew the subtitle was always going to be a family memoir. And it wasn't going to be like a, my personal career kind of celebrity kind of thing. There are a lot of celebrities in it, but it was impossible to tell my parents and our growing up without all these drive-bys with just famous people all my life. And when I was writing it, I was stunned by the amount of names that our lives intersected with of all these extraordinary people. And
every page.
Every page, and when I was very young, my parents gave these elaborate parties, and there would be filmmakers like Billy Wilder and George Stevens, John Huston, that I didn't know who the heck they were. But then I would get, by the time I became an actor and wanted to be a director, I thought, oh God, all those people right there, I could have talked to them about Some Like It Hot, but not to be.
It's also a beautiful story of a friendship, your friendship with Carrie Fisher. Tell everybody about your late nights sharing a typewriter. So
we were roommates, and not far from here, and she'd be in her room. A typical night would be, and I thought of this, by the way, it's not in the book. I realized this later after I wrote the book. I thought of this. And I'd be in my room, I'd be reading, and she'd be in her room. And we'd just gotten an IBM Selectric, those great big things that hum really loud. And all of a sudden I'd be in my room and I would hear it. And I'd go, game on. And she'd go back, and then it would be the first line of some piece of dialogue, just ridiculously funny opening line, and then I would counter. I'd go back to my room, she would come back out, and this would go on all night long, and without ever saying a word about it. And I thought of this recently because I came across an envelope, a manila envelope, and just sheets of paper of just this dialogue and jazz playing monkeys, and just her imagination was. Her free association was outrageous.
And you guys sparked each other so well. Of course, the whole book is haunted by the murder of your sister.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how difficult it was to revisit all those moments.
It was indeed. It was, I knew there was, it was coming up. As I wrote the book chronologically, and the time that Dominique, my sister, who was murdered, from the time she was born, and I got to go through her childhood, and it made me laugh, and it was so much fun, and her collection of her crazy animals that she would pick off the streets. And as I got closer and closer, I go, I'm coming to it. And I just went through. It was difficult, not in a writer's block kind of way, but just reliving it, and from the attack, and then through the trial, which was a travesty, where the man who killed her only got 3.5 years. They didn't even call it murder. But I just wanted to get it down and get it right, and I didn't have to say, oh, this is terrible. Oh, it was implicit. If I just lay down the facts, and the reader will be horrified. It was
horrifying. It was horrifying to read. You dedicate the book to your brother Alex.
Yes, I do.
How did he take it?
Well, I wanted to write, as I said, a family memoir, and I called up my brother Alex, who is just so wildly intelligent, such a brilliant, original character, and much loved. And I said, Alex, I want to write this book, but I can't write about our family without writing about you. And he is fine now, but he went through struggles with mental issues and bipolar, some 20-something years ago, because in his brilliant mind. And he said, Griffin, write whatever you want about me. Just have it come from a place of love.
It did.
Usually done.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Friday Afternoon Club is available everywhere right now.